It's Sunday, baby. Anyone know what that means? Mushoku Tensei. I swear, this anime has finally made it to the number one spot after being that one very good romance anime. Haramura, or whatever it's called, I think it's called Haramura. It's really good, so you should go watch it too. And also, the manga is also ending next month. Highly recommend it. If you're into romance, that is. So, anyways, this is an episode once again about building character and trying to do things that you're not good at. You know, we all have strengths and weaknesses, and we like to focus on our strengths, which is good. Try to work into a workforce that you know you will excel at. Therefore, you get promotions, jobs, and credit, and a good reputation. But at the same time, you'll never know your full potential unless you try to break out through your flaws. Your flaws are there for a reason. Yeah, it helps you avoid things that you know you're not good at, from making screw ups to make yourself look bad. But at the same time, in secret, you could always practice. Practice makes perfect. And if you don't have to be the best at it, you just need to improve here or there. And that's what matters the most. And despite what the naysayers may say, all that matters is how you feel about it. Are you satisfied where you are in the position you are in? If you're not, go for and try something. And you don't know where to go? Try with what you do know. And as you go into something that you do know, and you go into something that you don't know, use what you do know to guide your way there. I hope that helped. So anyways, this is showing Eris' strengths and weaknesses. When it comes to physical stuff, Eris will excel. Heck, she is keeping up with Ghislaine in sword fighting practice in the very beginning of this episode, man. The animation, of course, as usual, and no opening. I guess they won't show an opening until next part of the season. I don't know, man. I really wish there was an opening. Like, this is supposed to be my favorite light novel, and I am glad that that it's being well adapted. And besides the importation of the light novels, you know, I've been reviewing the light novels recently. By the way, so anyway, let's start with the show first, and I'll talk about that later. So when it comes to arithmetic and reading and writing, she is getting better at it. She was getting frustrated at first, but instead of hitting Rudius, she said, okay, let me try again. She's trying again. But you can only handle so much at a point you reach a breaking point when it came to the dancing part. And there it happened. She's tired and she's not good at it. She's not really fit to be a noble, and it sucks that she's the only daughter. And speaking of that, you also see the mom, Eric's mom, Hilda, who's been staring at Rudius. Every time she stares at Rudius, she has a disgusted look on her face. It's not what people think is the reason why she has a disgusting look on her face. Hopefully they will explain, probably next episode. And if they do explain next episode will be one big of a surprise, by the way, if it does happen. So yeah, some time does pass by, months and years will pass by. And it's Aerith's, 10th birthday. And when it comes to noble lineage, and it's important to keep your children in a secret, because like I said, kidnappings and assassinations will happen if people know about your child. So if your child's old enough to have some common sense, that's when you give them their debut. And their debut most of the time is at 10 years old to show them to the other noble lineage. That's where your child shows off some of their talent to show how remarkable they can be. So yeah, that is the point of these birthdays. Even though you see nothing but mostly adults there and stuff, it's the power move. You'll say that the bloodline is in good hands. That's the point of the debut of the 10-year-old birthday in noble lineage. Now, with that being said, Eris is not good at dancing in a lot of things, and she says, "Why try something you're not good at?" And it's because when he does try, when you do get a little better at it, you feel good about yourself. And you look back on the struggles you go through when you do reach at least some of your goal. You're like, wow, look how far I've gotten. After all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears, here I am, finally, at a point where I'm getting somewhere. That's fantastic. It's a good feeling. Like when people work out, or when people run, or when people draw, or whatever it is that you would want to try to cause a struggle. Unfortunately, people these days have it so easy that we just have convenience and we get things immediately, or it's easy and stuff. So we have less satisfaction, which drives people to have a very, very empty void in life. Unfortunately, there has become more value, there's less value, and there's more people. But I'm not gonna get into that. Now, after the birthday thing, let's talk about Breeze and Roxy. Breeze writes to Roxy, learn more about the beast language. Yes, there are different languages in this world. If you haven't noticed, most isekais, the main character just conveniently knows how to speak language and stuff like that. And there's so less little structure within most isekais these days, where they don't care about the language, they don't care about the other countries or stuff like that. Because you have this main character who goes to no new world and they automatically know how to say all the languages. Things are just so easy for them. And this story, Ruiz has to learn. He's even struggling with Beast God tongue. By the way, there's other languages. There's demon, elf, dwarf. I believe even fighting god. Yes, fighting god. Different languages, different religions, different economics, all that stuff. Like I said, this world was thoroughly written out by the author. Very well made. Now, for Roxy's side, she's still at the place of the prince, Prince Pax, and also in the background he saw another dude. I don't say nothing about him, but I'm saying that Pax will have a kind of an important role later on. It kind of sucks how they don't show much about him, but they're on a time schedule, so they're only showing the main parts of the plot. But Pax, in a way, is not just a little perverted little rascal, which they showed in this show. You saw what he was doing to that statue? My goodness. That ain't right. Well, anyways, but Pax will have a major role, and like I said, characters in this show will surprise you about how much they can change, grow, or even get better or worse. Pax is no exception to this, by the way. It sucks that they're just showing him just playing around with Roxy, because right now, Pax is actually kind of a cold-hearted, kind of messed up, bratty brute. Remember the bratty prince from Game of Thrones that no one liked? That's Pax. That's him right there. Just imagine that. But unfortunately, the anime didn't have time to really show Pax right now and what a deviant he really is. So I'm here to inform you on that. Another thing I was hoping that the anime would do was talk about a little bit of the origins. I'm telling you, the origins of this world is very intriguing to me. This place is called the Six-Face World. I don't know if they'll probably talk about it next episode. I'm hoping they talk about it sometime, but it's very important to the entire plot of Mushoku Tensei. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that it has something to do with the far distant past and the further of the future. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. So anyways, he learned the language he got good at. And he also gave the 2 wands to Ghislaine and Eris. Of course, Eris wanted one of the statues, but Eris seems to be someone who looks up to mostly 3 people, mainly. And that is her father, grandfather, and Ghislaine. These are the main 3 people she looks up to. So she doesn't want to disappoint her grandfather, and she likes to imitate Ghislaine a lot, because she sees Ghislaine as someone she wants to become, while her grandfather is someone she wants to please. So there's 2 different things how Eris goes when it comes to her affection. Now, sooner or later, if you read the novels, it'll show how Eris will slowly warm up to Brutus to appreciate him more and stuff like that, besides teacher and student, but more as a friend, someone who's part of the family. That's what it is. And speaking of family, Brutus did help Eris during her debut at her dance, and she was screwing up a lot, but thanks to Ruiz teaching her more, she got better. The drawback is now he has the eyes of the other nobles, something that Philip was really trying hard to do. He even told Ruiz himself that, hey, don't try to get the attention of everybody else, because right now you're supposed to be a secret. You're not supposed to exist right now to the noble eye. Because technically, even though Ruiz is a part of a broken noble, he can still be a threat one day. As in, someday he can come back, like a lost prince, come back to take over the empire and dethrone the current king and kill the other princes and princesses and stuff like that. It's a possibility. So of course, it could put Ruiz and his family in danger if a word gets out. That's just how it is in noble lineage. Things weren't always as easy as people think it is. They had a life of luxury, but it came with many, many dangers, by the way. Now, that being said, let's get on to the final part I want to talk about, and that is with grandfather in the tower. Yeah, grandfather in the tower is lumping it up. He's just lumping it up, and I guess after anyone gets some tail, they feel a bit mellow. I felt good, I felt refreshed. So of course he's less agitated or aggressive. And then he prays to the mysterious orb in the sky. That orb at the very end is a plot device. It is a plot device with so much mystery behind it. Oh my goodness, that orb. Just like in the last episode where they showed the flying fortress, Chaos Breaker, which is also another plot device. This one also is a plot device. And it's, wow. That plot device, baby. Anyways, I want to get into it, but I can't. But that's where I'm going to end it before I burst the bubble. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. So that's been Madcrownxox on Madman, signing out.